07836 353 985. We're at a job today in New Moston. It's a combination boiler, contract customer, and we're just about to start a power flush. We've just took the connections off to the boiler. There's a lot of rust in the system, so we're just going to show you that before we actually start the power flush. We're going to hook in through the main flow and return to the boiler, and then we're going to flush the system separately also. Okay, we're just going to get on with the job and we'll get back to you later. Thanks.
Hi Barry, it's Pro-powerflushing. Okay, just back to this job in New Moston, Manchester. We've started the power flush now. The water is absolutely completely rusty. It's a combination boiler system. It's one of the worst I've seen. So it really did need a power flush. I suspect that, you know, over the years someone's updated the system where a combination boiler and they've not actually power flushed the system properly. So that's what we're doing today, to get all the rust and sludge out of the system. Okay, we'll just talk about that a little bit more, because, you know, if you've had a new boiler fitted, or you're thinking of having a new boiler fitted, you really need to get the system power flushed properly, because as you can see, it just doesn't make sense not to get it power flushed properly. There's another point worth to mention. If you've got a new boiler and the boiler breaks down in the first few years, and the company come along, find a load of rust and sludge in the boiler, in the heat exchanger or the diverter valve, wherever, it will invalidate your warranty. So, you know, it's just really not worth having a new boiler fitted without getting it power flushed properly. We know a lot of heating engineers, they'll come along, they'll give you a good quote for your new boiler, competitive quote, but you know, a lot of them won't flush it properly. We're not talking about all heating engineers, of course, but we know an awful lot of them don't actually bother to power flush the system. They'll run a bit of mains water through it, a little bit of chemical, but in all honesty it's just not good enough. This is purging the system, really, you know, getting it out at high velocity, a lot of flow rate going around the whole central heating system, and you know, that's what it's all about, getting it all nice and clean. Okay, the areas we cover the whole of the northwest UK area. We go down to Stafford as well. Price wise, we're up to 50% cheaper than the major utility companies like British Gas, etc. It's done 100% properly. It's all pH and TDS certificated to BS standard. So, you know, we actually believe we're one of the best companies in the country for power flushing the system. Okay, so we're just going to get on with the job. We've got a lot to do, and we'll get back to you later on. Thanks. Hi Barry, it's Pro-powerflushing. Back to this job in New Moston. We're just going to show you the dump hose now. We'll show you exactly what's coming out of the system, what will be going down the drain. It's bypassing through the magnet first. We'll show you that later. We'll just dump it slowly for now. There you are. Can you see that? What's coming out, all the rust that's in the system. Sometimes they're black, sometimes they're brown and rusty. This one is obviously very rusty system. It's never had inhibitor added. And if you imagine that running around your system and just running through the boiler, through the diverter valve, etc., and that's what wrecks your boiler. Okay, so that's what we're here for, to get all that out of your system. Okay, we're just going to get on with the job, and we'll get back to you later. Hi Barry, it's Pro-powerflushing. We'll just show you this. It's we're lucky today, we're underneath the porch, so that's good. We've carried the pipes upstairs, up through the kitchen window there, because the boiler's upstairs in the bathroom. We've not just hooked in through a radiator the cheap way. We're actually going through the main flow and return to the boiler. We've had to disconnect the pipes, etc., make some fittings to tap into the main flow and return, and then we're going to flush the boiler separately after we flush the system. Okay, we'll just get back on with the job, and we'll get back to you later. Thanks. Hi Barry, we're just showing you the chemicals we use. Only the best chemicals. We don't use any cheap chemicals. We use Camco chemicals for the power flush, and Sentinel X100 inhibitor. You know, after we've done the system, and after the water's all nice and clean and purged nice and clean, we add the Sentinel X100. Okay, so we're just going to add some chemical now. This is the cleaner. Going to let that circulate around for a while, and that'll work on the radiators. The power flushing takes most of the day. We don't rush the job, we're here to get results, and we need to put the time in to get the results. We need to let that run through the radiator system for, you know, many hours basically. If someone's coming along and they're doing a power flush really quickly, basically they're just not doing the job properly. You know, the power flush takes most of the day to do the job 100% properly. Okay, just get on with the job. We're going to show you the magnet shortly. Expect that to be fairly heavy with the colour of the water, and we'll see what we've picked up. Okay. Hi Barry, as Pro-powerflushing. Okay, the chemical's starting to work. We've isolated some of the radiators, so the flow will be diverted to the radiators that are left open, and they'll be getting chemically cleaned inside with a power flush. We're just going to isolate this magnet now, and we'll take a look at it. Okay. Hi Barry, okay, we've just put this magnet on bypass. We'll take it out, have a look at it. Oh wow. Look at that, that is unbelievable. It's absolutely full of rust and sludge. No wonder the customer was having actual problems with this boiler. I think it was discharging through the side. You got a feeling the PRV failed on it, and it was discharging a lot of brown water. And also the hot water is a little bit inconsistent. And that's because all this has been running through it, running through all the diverter valves. You can see there's some fairly big chunks of rust, iron oxide rust. Now you imagine that running through your boiler, your radiators, your pipe work, especially your boiler. A little combination boiler with a small, you know, the small waterways in the plate heat exchangers and the diverter valve. And the pump, you know, eventually that's just going to wreck it. You know, all this running through the system, and that's what's running through your system. If you've not had it power flushed, that is going to be running through your central heating system, and that's what power flushing is all about. Okay, we're just going to get on with the job and get back to you later. Thanks. Hi Barry Ayres. Okay, Barry Ayres. Check that magnet 30 minutes ago. We've just put it on bypass again. We know this is a heavy system. There's a lot of rust and debris in it, so we're just going to check it again, and this is 30 minutes later, and you know, there's a load more rust and sludge on it. It's got thicker, that magnet, and you know, that's you know, it's getting it all out. No, power flushing isn't only for newer systems. It's not just the combination boilers, systems, etc. You know, it's for old systems as well. You know, we actually like doing old systems, ideal Mexicos, things like that. Because they clean up well. You know, you know, an old system, open vented, it's going to have a lot of rust and sludge in it, and they usually clean up really well. Okay, sometimes you'll need a pump, a new pump. You know, if it's been you know, pushing a lot of rust and sludge around the system, obviously that wears pumps out. But you know, if you get a good power flush on your old system and a new pump, the chances are it's going to work really well. Okay, we're just going to get on with the job, and we'll get back to you later. Thanks. Hi Barry Ayres. Okay, Barry Ayres. We're starting to rinse through the system now, rinse all the rust and sludge and chemical out of the system. We've actually flushed the boiler separately, so we're just starting the rinsing process. Okay. Hi Barry, okay, there's water, it's nice and clear now. We've just taken the pH and TDS levels. We're going to add the inhibitor now. Okay, great to see it. Now this should be added to combination boiler system, sealed system, every 2 years. Okay, so we're going to let that circulate around for a bit. We can add it to the system like this because we've got some good isolation valves on the system. You know, we can trap it in the system basically. Okay, Sentinel X100, a really good inhibitor. Alright, we'll just get on with the job and we'll get back to you later. Thanks. Hi Barry Ayres, Pro-powerflushing. Okay, that's this power flush done now. The radiators are heating up nicely, as you can see. We've only just turned it on, and hot water. That'll just fire up in a minute. Hot water's much better as well now. Just let that fire up. And we've got some really nice hot water. So the power flush is a success. This was in New Moston today in Manchester. So if you need any power flushing done in the Manchester area, just give me a call. Telephone number 07836 353 985. Okay, thanks.